Happy Sunday, July 11th, 2021. Yes, this is a weather channel, but the I Am a Me from Tennessee sent me this picture. Is this tomato beautiful or what? This is a beaut indeed. I know they got a lot of sandwiches, maybe two, maybe three out of this one tomato. Thanks so much for sending this in. I appreciate it a lot. Now I have to show you my tomatoes. Check them out. How did my tomato plant fare through all this weather we've had? Well, it is a survivor, just like myself and Dale. It's a fighter. Let me tell you what. I have never seen a tomato plant that has lost at least a third or more, getting down close to a half of its dirt, and it's still hanging on. The other day when I made that little snippet of right before Elsa was getting right to hit us, it did get really kind of hairy after that. Things kind of ramped on up. My next door neighbor even called me and says, "Is this going to calm down or what?" The waves were coming up, crashing in the yard and this and that. Well, the next day the tomato plant had been blown terribly and rolled around, but it survived. It's surviving now, and it's still got some tomatoes on it. So, Dale, I can't thank you enough for this tomato plant. I love it so much, and there's my little crop that I've harvested with more to come. If any of you guys, you know how I talk all the time about grow a garden, grow a garden. If any of you want to show what you have produced this year, please click show more down below this video till you find my email address to send them to. Now, if you send them to my email address, it's much more easier for me to use them. So if you'd like to do that, I'd like to see what everybody everywhere has grown and what you're so proud of. Here we have my future radar. I usually have this set on the NAM map, but today is just for today. It started at 6 a.m. Eastern Standard Time over here on the East Coast, and it will end up at 11 p.m. tonight. So let's turn it on. Looks like heavy rain and potential flooding is going to still be for parts of the Northeast and the Deep South, and that heat wave is continuing for much of the western U.S. through tomorrow. Now, yesterday, you can see early in the morning these storms pushing through in these areas looking like western Tennessee. We get a lot. Well, guess what? You're not going to get as much rain. And yeah, it's still going to cool up, but it's only going to be by a few degrees. So it's still going to feel hot, hot, hot. Now, the more unsettled weather returns to the Northeast over the next couple of days. Why? Because of a slow-moving warm front. It's going to advance northward and lead widespread moderate to heavy rain with some embedded thunderstorms. And right now, it's looking like the heaviest rainfall will likely be across northern Pennsylvania and central portions of upstate New York, where 2 to 4 inches are possible through Tuesday morning. Now, this may lead to some flooding and rises of area rivers, especially over the river basins that's received above average rainfall over the past few days. Portions of the Deep South are also expected to have bad weather for Sunday. Now, in eastern North Carolina, we should get some thunderstorms pop up later this afternoon. They shouldn't last forever, but they're there, and it's all because of a deep moisture from the western Gulf of Mexico is surging northward ahead of a slow-moving frontal boundary. The heaviest rain is anticipated from eastern Texas, those poor people, they've had it, to northern Alabama, where some 3+ inches of rainfall are within the realm of possibility. That's because you're going to have repeated rounds of thunderstorms develop, and I'm going to get to the severe weather in a moment. Now, excessive heat should continue to make weather headlines across the western third of the nation, especially for California and the lower elevations of Nevada and Arizona. There's a stubborn upper-level high. When you get these upper-level highs that just don't want to do what they're supposed to and leave, well, it makes a mess, and it's anchored over the desert southwest. It's the primary factor in the ongoing heat wave, and this is expected to slowly erode some going into the beginning of the week. So, yes, the additional high records are likely today, with excessive heat warnings in effect for today from California to southern Idaho and western Utah. Now, this is worth noting that overnight lows have been impressive with this heat wave, with lows falling to drop below the lower 90s for the normally warmer locations in the desert Southwest. But relief is coming. That's right. You're going to be getting some rain. Now, some localized relief from the extreme heat may arrive in the form of monsoonal showers and the storms across portions of Arizona and New Mexico. And I've checked on all this stuff, folks. Looking like coming up in a day or two, Arizona, New Mexico, some of you folks are going to get some rain. You may even get some storms. And where is the greatest risk of severe thunderstorms today? Well, strong to severe thunderstorms looking like they may impact a corridor from the southern Rockies into the lower Mississippi Valley and over parts of the Ohio Valley and the Northeast, as you can see. The most significant is down in Texas, moving over across northern Louisiana into just a small section of western Alabama and southern Arizona. Over here, Arizona, listen at me, Arkansas, folks, Arkansas. I had Arizona on my mind over here because you do have this quadrant moving up into New Mexico. You could get some severe weather. Everybody else in the marginal outlooks, more than likely you will be getting some showers, even in the lighter green, popping up all like popcorn showers, off and on splash and dash showers from Florida, all of the green areas, as you can see. So far as tornadoes, it's at a 2% chance happening in Pennsylvania, a little section of West Virginia right up in here and in these areas, moving over into Ohio. Looking like wind, though, could pick up in Texas, moving on across to Alabama and in New Mexico and Arizona with these storms. And so far as hail, the greatest threat is in New Mexico, up to a 15% chance, with a 5% chance from Arizona moving over to Alabama. Once again, as I want to remind everyone, these storms have moved south, looking like they were going to be going more easterly yesterday. Yes, you guys over in these areas, you will get a little bit of relief from the heat, but don't count on a big cold front. It's looking like maybe you've been in the 90s, you'll probably be in the upper 80s. So a little bit's better than nothing. You will get some rain, but not as much as it looked like was in the forecast yesterday. Over at the National Hurricane Center, next 5 days, nothing stewing, nothing brewing. Enjoy yourself. And if you're on vacation, now's the time to enjoy, friends. I've got this feeling by things that I have seen. Hopefully they won't materialize, but I have seen some things as I've done my research ahead of time, looking like some could have a hurricane threat or a tropical storm threat coming up next month. Now, when I say this, I mean like the whole coast, okay? The whole coast. It doesn't matter, from Florida right on up, okay? So, everybody stay aware. I'm going to watch this stuff. Be safe and enjoy our fine, fine weather that we're having now for everyone taking vacations. Thanks for watching, my friends. I appreciate it so much. Thanks to all of my regular subs. And a big thank you to all of my new subscribers. I appreciate you joining us all here at the J7409 Weather Channel. And don't forget to check out my buddy Ann Dale Homestead at the Colony. She's a wonderful person. She's my collaboration partner, and I love her to death. She's got all kind of little things she likes to show you. If you haven't subscribed and you are into the weather, please do click the J7409 emblem in the bottom right-hand corner. Click that bell and check off all to make sure you get all the latest weather videos that I put out. Thanks for everything you do for me, my friends. Much peace, love, and kindness to each and every one of you. I love you all. Have yourself a good day, a safe day, and a blessed day. Thanks for watching.